What's going on?
Appreciate you doing this, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Nah, thank y'all for having me, man. This is amazing in order to do. I didn't even know it was this high production. I got people walking in and out of my house. What's going on, man? And they wasn't locking the door. I keep telling them, I said, it's Atlanta now. Y'all need to lock that door. They forgot every time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's different. It means all of the difference when you're doing stuff with the fruit.
Yeah, the fruit.
They don't play.
So you in the A?
Standards.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to move out there to LA, but yeah, this is hometown right now.
Don't do that.
Don't do it?
Nah.
Explain to me why, because I've heard people tell me that, but I don't know.
Because you're in the mecca of everything.
Already, right?
Yeah. It's you are where it is. It has produced you. I get the feeling that you were raised in that environment and it produced you. It made you you know what I'm saying? It made you everything that you are. And a lot of times
sometimes they tell you to leave.
Sometimes they do. But now here's the thing. The thing that bothers me about it is when they skip the part where they say, okay, well look, just move to a different part. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, it's just Atlanta's on fire, bro. Atlanta's had Atlanta's honestly had a run ever since, musicians started making music there, right? But I'm saying in terms of this last like trap-esque vibe and dimension, there's just been like a nice full-on undeniable 10 years. 10 more than 10, by the way. I'm saying just I'm talking about just this last run though. You feel me? Where like producers, writers, rappers, steppers, hustlers, artists, it's been unbelievable, and I just don't understand why you go from there to, somewhere.
Well, I'm just tired of that 4-hour flight to the West Coast. I'm tired of that.
Yeah, but bro, I mean, it's not the same though, man. And the thing is like unless you're from there, like Tyler and Kendrick, it will never be an issue to them. But I see a lot of people that go there and like they music change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they kind of like, it's different. It's a different thing. And that is because, and now here's just my opinion. This is my, opinion. I lived there for like 4.5 years. And I found that like, when you're not from there, when you're a transplant, when you get there, it's kind of like, okay, what's going on? Who's going to be there? It's life by appointment. And I feel like the Wi-Fi code is like FOMO. You know what I mean? Like the fear of missing out. And it's like, for some people, like we were just talking to Soulja Boy, and for him, it's great. And for a lot of people in their business, it's great. But I'm just saying, like, people who have to be intrinsically connected to culture, I agree. I don't know too many people that leave the power, the place that fuels them, on a power level, like in terms of creativity, and just because you're like one of those guys that like you're to me, I just feel like you're a barometer for like I think you have good taste, and I think when like lit, and I just find that like some people go there and their sensors become dulled. Not everybody, but some people, and I just wouldn't want to gamble that. I just think for where you are in your life and all the shit you're doing, like the shit you just got cracking right now.
Because a lot of my material comes from like being of the culture, kind of like what you're saying. So you might be right. Leaving that may not be good for my material or comedy just in general.
Yeah, then you become one of them. Listen, the reason why I think Dave Chappelle is the fucking GOAT, because he don't live there.
Yeah.
And I find that like a lot of them that we've loved, they go there, man, and then they become that. They become that. And where he living, like Ohio or something right now?
Yeah.
Yo, that man eats grass.
And I agree with what you're saying. You can become that because I think honestly when you surround yourself with, especially in comedy, it's different, man. Because I've had dudes that hit me up. They're like, "Yo, I want to give you this bust down chain. I'm gonna do it for free. I just want you to just say you got it for me, or I'm gonna give you this bust down watch and da da da." And I'm like, damn, like I'm a comedian. Like what do I look like getting this? But I've seen others go and like just grab that and then they just losing themselves in like the limelight. So I kind of pride myself on not like trying to go and do stuff like that, you know, just because I feel like I'll lose myself. I just know I got here because of being myself. Why would I kind of change everything, you know?
I love it,
On the way.
man. I love Atlanta for that reason, bro. I love the food, the culture. I love that it is not dependent on no other state or city. Like y'all are unapologetically y'all. You know what I mean?
You really
The
make me change my mind, man.
Yo, everything from the accents to
Yeah.
the food. I mean, listen, y'all accent done changed like 5 times
That's true.
in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It used to be super country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's just like you don't finish the word.
Yeah.
Like I love that, and it's like real, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's real, and then the food is f***ing amazing. Now I'm gonna tell you, LA do got some amazing food. I think when it comes to, I think LA is the holistic capital of the United States. If you want to go get healthy, that's the place to go. But when it comes to culture, you can go there and get zapped. In my opinion, you can go there
I
and
agree,
get
man.
zapped.
A lot of people have done, even in like, not even just for comedy, because I mean, Dave Chappelle was a great representation of leaving that and trying to get up out of that space. But I've seen a lot of artists, R&B and hip hop, that go there and then they don't, their music, they drop an album and they have nothing to talk about.
Because they don't realize that when they got there, you can't really rest.
Yeah.
You're gonna go somewhere. It's a treadmill, bro.
Yeah.
And there are some people who go there and they do really well, and there's a lot of people that go there and they assimilate and they become something else. And it's like, no, I don't need to go back home because you know they be bugging me there. No, listen. I'd rather be bugged than nobody don't give a shit. You forget that part, bro. You forget that part. When they're not chasing you down the street, like, that means you don't matter.
I actually got a story. I went to LA and got humbled like a boy. What? We went to a party. I think it's Nice Guys. You know that little restaurant over there around the way? It's like a little club, and I think Kylie or somebody had an event, and I got invited from a couple like celebrity mutual friends. So I'm with a couple of them, and they're going in. Cameras going off. We go in. I'm like, oh yeah. I feel like the man. I'm thinking, yo, maybe they knew, that was me. And but I knew I was with some heavy hitters. So I'm like, nah, they noticed me though. They noticed me. If I came in by myself, they would notice me. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna test it. When I leave, I know the paparazzi's out there in the back. So I'm like, when I leave, I'm gonna leave by myself. Yo, so I hear them. I'm walking up to the door. I hear them like gearing up. They're like, I can hear the paparazzi out there ready because they know somebody's about to come out the door. And I walk out and they all put the camera down like, And then one dude says, "What up, Drew?" So what the? Better say the name you know me by. Like, you ain't about to just be saying "What up, Drew" like by my government.
Do you do stand-up comedy?
Actually, yes. I have started to do this thing at the house that we're doing. Like, I'm practicing my stand-up in front of like friends and like family and like girls, whoever come over to the house. I just been working on my set in front of them. So that's been
How many minutes you got so far?
a cool 5-10. Cool 5-10. Like, I can easily do a hosting gig easy, but I think I'm working towards trying to get an hour, Like, I really want to master that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that seems like that would be the evolution for you. Who are some of the stand-ups that you love?
Some that I love. Oh, man. Cedric the Entertainer. I love Kevin
Sad.
Hart's work. I love Mike Epps' work. Big fan of Martin Lawrence. I love a lot of his stuff. Dave Chappelle, I really like his skits more. I think me growing up watching the Chappelle show is like inspired a lot of comedy now, you know, because a lot of the comedy nowadays is like social media and like skits and stuff. And he was one of the first people that made that like super duper popular, you know. So yeah, I think that's a good little solid list. But of course, you got your others.
Have you ever
like
watched
Steve Harvey
the Kings of Comedy tours, like the old tours?
Oh yeah,
that they
man,
used to
I've
do?
watched that exact movie so many times. Yeah, and it's so crazy to watch that how much of an influence they had. Like that was like the biggest tour like that year, and it was comedy, so it wasn't like music or anything. But that was like going back and watching that and seeing how the people react in that crowd. It's like, yo, this is nothing like that, man. Nothing like that live feeling. I actually pray that I can get to feel that soon, or just in one day. Not it doesn't have to be rushed, you know. But I think that's one of those big goals. Watching them come out on that stage and seeing those people's reaction is crazy.
Have you been hanging out with any stand-ups to give you pointers?
Some local comedians in Atlanta. Yeah, I've been talking to a couple because I go to like stand-up places or like little bars and just study and just watch how they present their jokes. Not even if the joke's not even good, I just watch how they present it. So I've talked to some older dudes in like Atlanta that's been doing comedy around here.
What about Richard Pryor for you?
I never watched any Richard Pryor. People always tell me to go and watch. I actually need to do that.
That's the real goal.
But I haven't watched any though. I haven't.
Man, you gotta
You should watch that today.
you gotta check him out.
You should do that,
Sunset.
I gotta
and you
lock
should
in.
listen to. We'll exchange emails after this, and I'll send you a bunch of reference stuff. But you should listen to old Red Fox albums.
Yes. They goats, bro.
So when you're doing it in front of your family, like you are you worried that they just gonna be nice, or you got a crew that's gonna keep it 100?
Nah, and when I say family, I'm talking about like my team, like my homeboys,
Yeah.
any girls they bring over. So I know when we
Yeah,
like
okay,
you know
I
it's
got you.
a different
Yeah.
type of environment.
Yeah.
When I say family, that's like I'm talking about like
I got you.
my
I
closest
got you.
people, not necessarily like my mom and them, but yeah, nah. Is what were you asking? Is it?
No, I was just like you trust them to keep it all the way real.
Keep
with
it
you,
real.
Like, you like, nah, don't do
Yeah, I
that,
think
bro.
I've had some jokes that yeah, but for the most part they kind of know what's funny and what's not, and they'll just I think my friends are the biggest critics. I'll even be making people laugh in public or on TV or whatever I'm doing, and my friends will just be looking like
Yeah, okay.
because they hear this stuff all day from me, so it's like a constant like all day they like yo we're sick of his shit. Seriously.
Are you writing all the sketches that you put up on Instagram?
Oh yeah, 100%. I write most of it,
them
and
joints
if
funny.
it's not me, it's one of my friends giving me an idea for it, and like we come together and like formulate it.
And are you doing more like outline, or are you actually scripting out dialogue? Like
No.
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, and then you kind of freestyle, or
Yeah, we kind of freestyle it and just use a lot of improv. So I think improv is like key. You got to have that because comedic timing comes from improv. You know.
Definitely.
That's how Curb Your Enthusiasm is written. They just do outlines, no scripts.
Yeah.
Do you check for like some of these guys that like just pop up, on Insta sometime, that you may or may not have heard of before? Do you like check to see what they're doing? And because it was like two dudes that one of them died, and I was so hurt that he died. What was his name? Cause Roy, what?
Yeah, Roy. Yeah.
Man, Roy
Yeah,
was so funny,
Yeah,
man.
he's funny. He did a lot of skits too.
Him, and then what was that one, bro? Like it was like two people, like they was on live, they were going back and forth, and this dude, I know he was from the South too, and he said she looked like
Oh, when
some
he was
rhinoceros pups.
yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
do you be checking for people like that just come up sometime,
Man,
like out of nowhere,
listen, I
like?
study like all this. So honestly, I any upcoming comedians, any comedians that's not even like upcoming but in the same, area as me, I think I like to watch to see, I think a lot of people are funny, but I like to see, you know, if they have longevity or like, is that really funny? I like to see like if other people are laughing at it. So I really, man,
So you studying?
I'm constantly studying and looking and trying to, you know, see what everybody's got going on.
What made you go into this direction? Did it start because you just wanted to be a comedian, or like did you start off like snapping, going back and forth with people, and then you realized you had something because you had to defend yourself?
Oh, you saying like Jonan?
Yeah. Oh, Jonah, yeah.
Yeah, nah, not really. I never really was a Joner, man. Honestly, the dudes that joned at school, I never found none of that funny. Like, cause I was like negative comedy. Like we gonna talk shit about each other to put each other down. I never was into that because like I was like, all right, I'm about uplifting. Like I wanted to see people laugh with me and like just happily. Like I don't like the laugh where it's like, yeah, we gonna bully this dude down to the ground about, you know, if it's a funny joke and it's about somebody, I would, you know, it's always jokes about people that are funny, but I never was the type to do the joning. But I think really I used to just be in class, bro, and my dad was strict at home, so I it's not like I could have like an open outlet at home for being funny, you know, other than with my older brother, like in the room. So when I get to school, it's like, yo, this is my audience, man. I'm showing my ass. You know what I'm saying?
awesome.
So I even from elementary, I'm talking about, man, I would come home and like whatever I went through there, like if we go out to a restaurant, I remember real familiar. I think I was in fourth grade, third or fourth grade, and we went to a Chinese restaurant, and I think my dad ordered something called the poo poo platter. And that's how I said it on the Chinese menu, and it was called poo poo platter. And I thought that was so funny because I was young, so I'm like, yo, that is hilarious. And my dad told me when we were in the car on the way home, he said, hey, don't go to school saying none of that stuff. Like you don't go saying poo poo platter, because he knew I found it so funny. I kept saying it the whole night. He was like, don't go to school with all that. You know, you need to get focused, and you don't need to be saying that at school. Yo, the first thing I did when I told every kid I knew, like and all my classmates were saying it. They're screaming it. I got a call home, man. Listen, I got my ass towed up about
Of course.
platter, man. About a poo-poo platter. But that just shows you, like, I was literally using material and just going to school and, you know, whatever was funny to the students, like, I really was trying to be the funniest in my class. Like, I used to go to school and be like, yo, I'm going to be the funniest this year. And I don't think anybody else was, like, trying to compete for that. But in my mind, I just had that as, like, a competition thing for me. Like, I want everybody, like, I would ask people, like, yo, who's funny in your class? Because, you know, in, like,
you was serious.
fourth, fifth grade, you got, you know, everybody's in this grade, but you don't change classes. So I would go to recess and be like, who's funny in your class? They'd be like, oh, that's funny. I'm like, yo, who's you think I'm the funniest in this class? And they're like, yeah, no, you're so funny. Like, I really used to ask people, like, yo, to make sure, like, just for, like, okay, all right, bet. And if they don't say I'm funny, I'm like, all right, I'm going to make sure I make them laugh. I'm going to find a way, you know? So that was just something small.
When you created your Instagram page, like what made you, did you just create an Instagram page like everyone else and you did a funny thing and saw the response and things were growing? Like, how did you decide to start doing that?
I had an Instagram page for like a good, probably like 3 years before I did anything with it. Like, I was just trying to look cool on there for for the first half of it, you know, and it just wasn't working out for me. I'm not like a photogenic person to just be, you know, a lot of people was doing it and they was like getting cool from it. I'm like, man, how I do that? Like, I just thought, I thought I needed to like just be cool on there. And it didn't hit me until I found out that's not like, you know, that's not my purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I need to be doing. So went through a couple stumps in the ground before I started doing comedy, but you know, we got there. And I think it was from one of my friends telling me, he was like, yo, I'm gonna just record you, bro, because you always say you always say you're gonna do a video, you always say you're gonna do some like funny stuff. Or I used to say my main thing, my go-to was I would see other like famous dudes doing funny stuff on the internet, and I would be like, yo, I'm way funnier than him, man. Yo, that dude ain't funny. But my friends would be like, yo, how you gonna judge this dude and say they're funny? You ain't even doing half of what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's then when I found out, like, damn, I'm literally saying it but not doing it. So he just recorded me one day at a gas station, and I was just being goofy, and I think I got a lot of hometown love, probably like 40 comments, 30, 40 comments from like people I went to school with. And it was like, oh, this what you doing? Oh, this what you doing? That's what's up. Da, 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 da. And then just kept
was
going.
dope.
And I got my imagination and creativity took it off to a whole different level after a while. So, yeah.
When was the first time you noticed that it like something happened where, oh, now I got to keep producing content and like you were like inspired by the following or the likes of it all?
It definitely wasn't the first video, I tell you that. It wasn't that. It didn't. I think I kept doing stuff at my mom's house. I was like 22 or 23, still at my mom's house because I came back. I dropped out of college, so I was using her house as like a set, like a movie set. You know, like I would use anything in the house. Like even if I had to use her closet or like flip the couch over to make the couch, you know, look like a jail cell or something. I just was doing everything. Like I literally was trying everything. I'll put on an outfit she got. Like if she has like a vest in there, I'll put it on and be like a Teen Mom video. You know, I'm just saying, just goofy stuff. But yeah, I think it started catching traction with the more creative I got with it. I just started like people were like, oh, okay, this is like this dude's got some talent. Like this is very funny. So just over time. My mom was pissed though for a while, not gonna lie, because it wasn't generating no money. She was like, "You're just an idiot." Like,
How she feel now?
for real. Yeah.
How she feel about it now?
Oh, now she like, yo, I always knew, baby. I knew. I'm out of here. I used to get in so much trouble for being funny at school, man. She never really, I never really got in trouble from her too much though. But my dad, he like, yo,
Dad ain't play.
no son.
My entry point was could have been records. Like seeing those that somebody sent me one that while you were doing it, and I was like, who is this guy? Like, is he in the music business? Because I saw all these musicians followed you,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, maybe he's like a funny executive in the business, just fucking around like trying.
Yeah, I'm
to,
actually a music mogul. Just people, a lot of my music got traced off the internet, but there's a lot of legal bullshit behind it, you know.
Could have been records is hilarious though, man.
Yeah, I appreciate
Do
that.
they
man.
do people ever like really get mad with you?
That's crazy that you brought that up. I ran into a dude in Houston, and he was really pressing me. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna show you. I really do music. Like I'm gonna show you. You try to kick me out the line. Like he's recording me and everything. Like he ran up to me. And he was like, "No, I'm gonna show you. Like I'll play you the music for you. Like oh, now I'm here in person." So it was kind of like a weird back and forth when we were at a store. So people looking at us like, "Yo, is he for real? Is he joking?" And it was weird for me because I'm a comedian. So I'm like, yo, is this? Am I laughing? Like, is he joking to see if I'm gonna start laughing, or is he like for real? But he was for real though, man. Like he really, it was uncomfortable. Yeah, that's how I put it. Like I just was, I just faked it. I was like, yeah, no, you is hard. I don't know what. Yeah, you is hard, man. I'm like, don't kill me, brother.
Who was the first celebrity that followed you where you were like, oh wow, this is real?
I think Tory Lanez. I did a video. Yeah, I remember I told my mom. My mom was like, who the hell is Tory Lanez and why are you so excited? But I told her, I'm like, yo, we out of here. Like, we out of here. I did a video. I did like a little goofy dance video because I think at the time everybody was, because I was really trying to find my way like through it. And I think at the time people were doing like challenges in order to get seen. So it's like, even if it's not funny, this challenge will get you on. Like, you're going to get a whole bunch of followers if that famous rapper or famous whatever posts you. You know, if Will Smith posts you or if Drake posts you or whoever the person may be at the time. I think it got really popular when a dude named Shiggy went viral for a dance thing that he did, which was like, a little competition for everybody, and then everybody did it. So at the time that was hot, and I think Tory Lanez dropped like an album, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something. Like it was just, that's not even nothing I do. I just was like, all right, I'm gonna do something goofy to it, and I did it, and I think his team hit me, and I was like, oh like yo, I even told my mom, I'm like, yo, we out of here, like this is it. We up at it, and I thought that was doing it. Nothing happened. Like I probably got less than 1,000 followers. But
We out of here.
but
This is it.
yeah, it hit the ground quick. Trust me. I thought I was out of here. I'm like, yo, the news about to be over here recording me. Like, yo, how'd you come up with this little goofy thing you did? Yeah, I thought I was. That didn't work at all. But he was like the first one that had me hyped. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
How did
Huge letdown.
You and Odell get so cool?
Through a mutual friend that I met through the internet, which is Ben the Don. I don't know if y'all know him. He does comedy and he's like a rapper, but you know, he's like Odell's right-hand man. And
Oh, okay.
during quarantine, at the beginning of quarantine, Ben told me to pull up. He was like, yo, just come to Cleveland. I just want you to meet O. I think O wants to meet you. Just come for a weekend. And I think we went, and then this is before quarantine, so I went to the game, got to meet him. He was a cool dude, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what's up, you know. And we didn't really get cool until the next time I linked up with them in LA after he got hurt. And that's when the whole COVID, everything started, and then I ended up linking up with him, and then I stayed at his house the whole COVID-19. Worked out with them. I had my own room in there that whole summer. Yeah, he had us on like the healthiest diet in life. We got real close, man, during quarantine. Yeah, he's a good dude.
What do you think about the state of hip hop right now?
A lot of it is repetitive. But it's so many musicians, man. Like, it's so many rappers. It's crazy. They could build their own fan base off of like literally anything right now. Like, you can have your own fan base wherever you want it. Like, you could be this rapper that does shows for however long, and you can only have like 100,000 followers. You don't have to be the biggest rapper to be on. Like, you don't depend on the radio or nothing. Like, you can literally do whatever you want. So I think it's in a solid place, but a lot of people are making the same music over and over. But it's cool. I think I like some of the new dudes. I like some of the lyrical dudes from 5-6 years ago. And then I like some of the fast rapping, talking dudes from right now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I grew up on a this is kind of still like my generation of rappers and shit. So I fuck with it. It's not too bad. The Little Babies and Little Durks. How y'all feel about it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we rock with it.
yeah. Dirk
I
Fire.
those two.
Lil
thought
Baby
y'all was
is-
about to be like them old dudes that be like, nah, man.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, Dirk is fire,
Yeah, they like two of the hottest.
and Lil
man.
Baby too.
Yeah, hard.
I liked him ever since I first heard him.
Yeah, man.
He's been consistent.
How about the Lil Pumps and the Ski Mask Slump Gods and them? Trippy
Ski Mask.
Reds
I
and
rock
the
with
Uzi
Ski
Verts.
Mask. Definitely rock with Uzi.
Uzi's my guy. Uzi's special.
Uzi's
I
it.
listen to everybody. I don't really have a like I don't just have a specific artist and I be like, yo, I love all the stuff they do. I just listen to music, man. Like
Yeah.
any one of them can go around and make a record that I love. But like, you know,
The up and coming guy that I like is that kid F&F Chop.
yeah,
He got a
Chop.
song called "A Walk Down." Could man, that goes down hard.
I gotta listen.
His
How it
videos
go?
hard.
Some about the glip, them same
Yeah,
better some
yeah.
better come out the lip, them some you
Oh, yeah, nah, I gotta listen
kiss
to it.
that
I ain't heard
lips.
that.
Oh my
I
goodness,
ain't
that
heard
shit.
that.
Yeah, he got a video and he locked up. But
Man.
shot the video. They shot the video like with him on the phone, but in the
Yeah.
hood, and it's just like he on the phone. It's like the hardest. shit
Yeah.
ever.
Man, listen, that shit go. He from Virginia too.
Yeah, shout out.
He
gotta
from
watch
Richmond.
that.
Man,
I gotta
that shit
watch that.
hard, bro.
Yeah,
Scott, you heard it yet?
It's good to hear that y'all are tapped in on that because, man, everybody be trying to play the stuff that's going on right now, bro.
One of the reasons I think it's repetitive is the DSPs only put songs that sound similar in the big playlists, and everybody wants the big playlist, so everyone's trying to top
Make
what's
that
ever
type
in
of
there
record. Yeah.
Yeah.
and make that type of record. And it just keeps going over and over, but they're gonna have problems, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
But-
man, it's gonna keep going. I feel like it's gonna be so many rappers after a while.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who gonna be on and who not.
Everybody's on, man. Like, what does
It's in a
on mean
different-
now?
Yeah, everybody's on, man.
You own. Like, if you got an Instagram and 10 of your homeboys jumping to it, you own. I'm on.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously,
Who's
though.
telling me I ain't on?
You can literally do a show and do
You
shows.
can do a show.
You touring.
Yes.
And you ain't even got to have no justification from no
I just
label.
love.
You don't need it from the radio, no nothing.
Nah, you need none of that. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
nah.
for us, like older, but we still tuned in because we know what we like. We like good music. Like it don't matter where it's from. We know when something like, for Peter say, yo, check this out. That's
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we
And
agree.
I ain't up on everything. I just when
Nah,
shit
you
hit
can't-
me. When shit hit me. It
Yeah,
hit
well,
me.
Pharrell,
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
you don't even look older, brother. You look younger than me now. So
Stop playing,
My
man.
17
nah, for real, man. We
something.
actually need tips, man. You ain't drop all the tips on aging because you aging backwards, brother.
Oh man.
It's the human race, huh, cuz?
Yeah.
And I'm telling
Yes,
you, it's
sir.
something.
It's the human
Yeah.
race, man.
A lot of water. That's
Yeah.
that's facts.
You're gonna have
That's good
niggas
advice.
drinking gallons every day, still looking old as a bit. You're gonna have the people out here drinking. Listen, man, it ain't just water, y'all. Don't listen to this, man. It ain't just water. Don't go out
Does he
here
grow
get
facial
bloated.
hair? Because it don't even look like he can.
I
Yeah,
do. I
man.
do. It just don't grow all the way right.
Hey,
Shit.
man, listen. I'm gonna say, listen. Don't even look. Don't even try to figure it out, man. I'm sitting right next to the dude. Like, don't even.
That's
figure
what
it
I'm
out.
saying.
What?
And
no,
I've been
I'm saying
trying to
about
for a while.
he asked about my beard.
No, he
my
said
bro,
facial hair. He's not talking about.
I don't grow a full beard, bro.
That's what he said. He's trying to figure out why you
I'm just
don't.
talking about, is it a mustache in there at all?
Yeah. I just be shaving it. I just had one last week. Trust me, I was looking like Ike Turner.
Listen, man, but anybody else shave their mustache bald, they look crazy. They look like
Yeah.
they don't look
He the
right.
only dude that can pull that off, man.
Yeah, he can pull. If I shave all my joint off, I'm gonna look like I'm out here doing some wrong.
You gonna
shit.
scare some kids out here. You do that.
Yeah,
You better
yeah.
stop.
You can scare some, exactly. You don't. Any
Scare
grown
some
man
kids.
that do that.
You don't need to do that, personally.
No, I'm not.
You
doing
don't
that,
do that, brother. I'm telling you now. You don't.
No, we're not doing that. We don't need to do that.
Right.
Be clear.
I'm not doing that. I don't suggest. You
No,
for damn
man.
sure.
No, you.
Yeah, brother. You
We
know.
ain't gonna do that. No, man.
Yeah.
No. I'm with you. I don't want to smoke. I'm with you. I ain't gonna do that.
Love, man. Y'all crazy.
You keep listen. Yeah, how you out here thinking that? Man.
Hey, yo, you know what's
Yeah,
funny,
like it's a
man?
potion or something. I swear, I thought it was some type
It's
of
a
secret
potion,
recipe.
man. I'm telling
Nah,
you, it's
man.
a potion.
You
man. I'm
vegan?
telling
No,
you.
listen. It's
You
about
vegan, huh?
exfoliating all the time. No bullshit.
Here you go.
You gotta exfoliate because that's dead skin. If you ain't,
drinking water and scraping
if you
their
ain't,
face, they're gonna be all this bitch bleeding. All right, go ahead. What else is it, bro?
no, listen. I'm telling you, it's exfoliating. That's really important. That's what we don't. I mean, that's just not even a part of our culture to know that like we need to wash our face and make sure that we like getting to like a fresher layer of skin. We don't do that. Oftentimes when you see people with like 5 o'clock shadows and shit and the shit just dark, that's like layers of dead skin. And if they just go exfoliate, they'll see that they can make their shit like all one color. You feel me?
You about to fuck some
It's
shit
that.
up.
It's really exfoliating, and honestly, water really does help.
Water
I
exfoliating.
think I just answered so many people's questions from like Twitter just now.
You about to fuck these people up.
Oh
man.
my God.
No, not true. By the way, and then we got that human race, which got everything: the lotus enzymes, all of that.
See, now that's the stuff. The lotus enzyme, like he got to name that too. It ain't just water and scraping your face, people. Go get the human race, and he might tell you about the potion.
It's water and exfoliate. All right,
It
that's
is
what
though.
I
I'm telling you, water is a very big. That's got a lot to do with it.
No, I believe it.
Yeah.
By the way, when y'all was like ramping up just now, that reminded. I'm sure Scott felt it too. That reminded me of like our crew back in the day, like my manager from before.
Oh, Rob, shut up.
Yep, my first real manager,
Yeah.
Rob Walker, and Scott was around.
Walker.
I've known you, Scott, for over 20 years, right?
Long time.
Damn, how old are y'all? Shit. The hell, that's as long as I've been living, nigga.
Drew was just like, wait, I'm 26. No, yeah, we
What?
met you I met Scott when you was a baby, bro. I met Scott in the early, like what, 2000s maybe? No,
Before,
before
yeah.
that. Like
before that.
90,
Like 99.
90, right, 99?
98, 99.
98?
Is that
And-
before the Take It
BC.
Slow? No?
Take it slow.
Let's take it slow.
Shit, I thought that was the one with Snoop. Ain't that one? Oh, who's singing that?
yeah.
That's
Oh,
Snoop.
oh, Let's Get Blown.
Yeah, that's before.
Let's
that.
Get Blown.
Yeah.
Why I say
way before.
Yeah,
that.
that's way
Boy.
before that.
That's your shit.
Why the producer over here just looked at me like, "Are you out your mind?"
Yeah, Let's Get Blown. Yeah, that was before Let's Get Blown. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I met Scott, he was at MTV, and it was me and Rob. And I think and during those days, that's all we did was like, y'all call it Joan and we call it snapping. That's all we did was snap
Yeah.
everywhere we went. And then we would go for the jugular every time. You know, if you needed braces, I was not ever
horrible,
going to
man.
not remind you of that. Because
Oh, my God.
because the way that we joke,
what-
the way that we would joke,
that's how we- yeah.
and by the way, Scott's funny too. Scott and
course.
Rob,
I noticed.
Scott and Rob was funny.
But see, my friends, we go too far, man. Like everybody in my crew is like damn near a comedian. So it's like we go as far as like even if it's girls around. Dude, we just go too far. So
Yeah.
I think we
Yeah, that's common.
when we do it, it's funny though. It's funny. Like we
Yeah.
just go. It don't matter
20
what
minutes
you
of
bring up.
intense going back and forth.
Listen.
And if the girl laugh,
She
Oh,
on the
man.
table.
that means
You gonna keep
Laughing
going.
like
They keep
joking.
going. It's more.
no.
Don't let the
laughing
girl
like
laugh.
joking
If she
with
laugh
us.
a little too hard, she enters the chamber
man. Yeah.
and must defend herself at that point.
Listen, laughing like joking where we from. If you laugh,
See, that's the
you
thing
in the
about
ring.
roasting. You laugh too hard, you in trouble.
Yeah,
Yes.
you in it.
And you know,
Because you feel the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to say you
Yeah.
got something? What? You in?
Right.
and then the joking commence. And for
right.
me, I always go at the insecure thing. The thing I can look at you
See,
and I know
Mm-hmm.
what you're insecure about. And
Terrible.
nose, teeth, any.
The
See,
man
look,
just
he's
said
straight
he
to the
ain't
fat
help-
jokes.
Yeah.
He's straight to the jokes you done heard all your life.
Nah, I would never do that. I wouldn't do
But
that.
he just
Okay,
said, man,
okay.
he don't. He
I
don't-
wouldn't do that. That's too easy. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
yeah.
at something that I noticed that you don't think nobody noticed, and then I'm riding that the whole way like a 10-speed.
Nah, man. I got friends who don't talk to each other right now because of Jonah.
Oh, man.
Like, you know.
And it is some of the funniest you've ever heard in your
getting nasty,
life.
man. He's nasty. Many
They
moons
talk about
ago.
everything personal. See, with us, it
Everything.
gets too personal, bro. It's not even
Bro,
jokes.
there's
It's
no
like
such thing as
real
there's
life
no
stuff
such
that
thing
has
as
happened.
Yeah. Like it's no such thing as too personal with these dudes.
Like it literally is so it sparks up so quick in my house. It's like you got me robbed, and then it's like okay, hold up, you know what I'm saying? Like that just got so real so quick. What?
I'm talking about joking that like
He talking about, man, dudes like, yo, I seen your daddy singing around a barrel of fire with the rest of the bombs. Like that type of stuff. Last week.
Yo, nah.
Yeah, see, I'm
man.
just, they ain't even funny, but that's how they go back and
Yeah,
forth.
it's just stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
living just enough. For this.
yeah. Those
His
those
dad was singing "Living Just Enough" for
Y'all
the
are
city
different,
around
man.
the borough.
Y'all are different.
Trying to keep warm.
sorry.
What?
I just read a text message. I'm sorry.
That's good.
They told
Something
because they
good
told me
happened.
not to bang on the table, and I was just like, I've been tapping it the whole time. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's the lady that keeps tapping in with us.
The ghost.
Oh no, that's not Vanna. That's our sound genius in here,
okay.
who I just annoyed. But you know what it is? I think that's a habit because I think my dad do that. Like my dad would sit by you and he'd be like, "Yeah, so look," and you know what? I told you that one thing, boy. Listen
Oh
here.
man, that kills me.
They talk with your
That
hand.
kills
Yeah.
me.
They tap you.
Or
they gotta
somebody that
emphasize
shakes their
either
leg
the
all
beginning
day.
of the sentence or the end of it.
Listen, that's the little things like that irk me. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, that is terrible.
It is
'Cause I already noticed everything.
A lot of black people like. I don't think it's a generational thing. They talk in syllables, so they be like, "Man, look, let me tell you about this thing right here."
that's
Right?
annoying.
It's everything from that. That's one end of it, bookended, right? And then the other end is when we would get beat. They would like beat you with syllables and shit. Oh yeah. Did they do that in Atlanta?
Of course.
Like get the
Yeah.
belt and
Do
beat
they?
you.
What?
Like, I told you not to do that. And listen, the next goddamn
Next time you get your ass up. Listen, man, I've been through all
How is
that.
that a
I'm
common thing though with
traumatized.
us? I'm trying to just thinking like, how is that a common thing with all of us? Like we all from different places, but we know that it get that.
Yeah,
the
I
syllables.
think I don't even know where that comes from.
Yeah, what it
But
comes
listen,
from?
That comes
because
from
here's the
pain
thing.
and suffering. I tell you that.
Come from
A
church.
lot of it. But
Yeah,
let me ask you this: do you think that that's on the West Coast too?
Yeah, it comes from church.
Because
I just thought about it. Drew, he agreed. It comes from church.
Yeah, I think that might be a church thing because pastors say that they speak in syllables too.
It started in church, like when the pastor doing it. Yeah,
But it's just broken
I'm
down.
gonna tell you. I just figured out. It comes from church. The pastors talk like that, and then it comes from your grandma doing it to you when you acting up in church. That's where it started.
okay. I
You know
mean,
what
it's a good hypothesis.
I think so.
I mean, it makes sense.
Scott, do you know what that is?
I'm Jewish. I was in temple. I don't know any of this.
Yeah, see, it comes from church.
Right. Then they start
Madness.
using it in their music. Remember when Future talking about
Ad
that?
libs.
You ain't punk.
Shut. Oh man.
Yeah,
We-
they
that
start
was
using
our-
it in
we did
music.
beats back then.
Go. Yeah.
What I tell y'all, Pharrell, think about it now. No? All right.
I didn't even think about him doing that until you said that.
Yeah, he used that. That was all from ass whoopings. I talked to him about it. I've never talked to
I'm
Future a
clown.
day in my life.
But look, but listen, that's such a good.
It makes sense.
They make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You doing any more music?
He
I
the
know
goat.
you
He
had
the
put a
goat.
record out.
How do y'all know that?
We know everything, man. Church.
The record did no numbers, man.
We know about it, man.
We know about it. We're
Grandma
gonna play it
knows.
right now.
No.
play it
Let's,
right
yeah, hey. Scratch it.
All right. So let me.
Let's leave that in the past, brother.
Okay.
Nah, I was just fooling around, man. It was just like a little hobby thing. I still do fool around, if I go to like a studio or nothing. It's nothing serious though.
Yeah.
Like I said, a lot of my music, and because people usually call me like a music mogul, like when I do Could Have Been Records, but a lot of that stuff that I've done, like even the awards and everything, has been scratched, and like from the service of everything. So it's like legal legal.
You but if you were to do it, just as long as it's funny and it's really sticky, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Look at Lil Duval. That shit going. He had a summer with that one. I'm living my
never
best
lied.
life.
Yeah.
I ain't going back and forth with you.
Then he tried to drop the next
that
one.
song
He
was
ain't
hard, though.
really do what it was supposed to have did.
But the thing is, you can't never
was good,
take
though.
it serious. It's got to be funny and it's got to be sticky.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna go.
But think about it. He even if the next one ain't go, he had one that went.
He did.
You know how tough it is for there's people out here dead serious for 20 years and can't get one.
He
that
come
go.
out there and hit that jank
Man,
with,
right
with,
now.
with the clothes on, shirt open.
Yeah, that shit lit for us.
He did.
But Drew said he ain't with the music no more. We get it.
Yeah,
You're
nah,
mogul.
man. I think
You're
I'm.
mogul.
Hey, I think he went and got his comedy right first, and then he turned to that. I think I'm gonna try to get what
Same
I
way.
got done first. You see, Kevin Hart did it too. He had a chocolate dropper.
Oh yeah, he had a joint.
album that he
had
dropped.
a record out.
Was it good? The music?
I never heard it.
Nah, it sucked. Yeah, 100% sucked. But listen, man, it had good features. It had good features.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the album.
Yeah, it was trash. Nah, the whole shit was trash. It sucked. To the front to back. But it had good features. Like I said, it had good features. Good people.
Hey man,
That's all that
he
matters,
doing what
man.
he
It's
wanted to
music.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's some people you looking forward to collabing with in the future?
Definitely want to do Will Smith.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Will.
I think I wish Chris Farley was still alive, man. He was one of the ones that
was so funny,
that
dude.
influenced me so much, man.
Wow, I can see that.
So
man.
much.
Chris.
Yeah, man. Like Beverly Hills Ninja, and
Yeah.
listen, he's a lunatic, man. I watched so much of his stuff. My mom just would show me stuff about, him and like just the way he would just act. It was just so funny. Like it was just like you can't deny it.
Was
Like
great. Yeah.
yeah. So I would definitely want to do something with him. And yeah, there's a lot of others. I don't, you know, Jamie Foxx. I would want to do a serious movie with Jamie Foxx though. Can't lie, cause the way he did Ray, man. Listen,
So you'll be down to do some serious stuff then.
yeah. But you know,
Cool.
soon come. I think he did it
Yeah.
the right way. He got a lot of his funny stuff out early, and then he
Yeah.
made a crazy turn. It was like,
Nah,
okay, all right,
He crazy.
yeah.
And I seen the skit with like you and Diddy, man. That was crazy too. Like how did that come about?
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was crazy. we just in his house.
Yeah, that was legendary, man. That was definitely lit. That came about through you know, I think he just knew. His son had been in his ear about me for a while. I had been friends with his son a couple for a good probably like 2 summers now. And yeah, I've been met him, but I think that was something that happened organically. That was on his own. I think he just was telling his dad like, "Yo, this is
That was funny, man.
this is what's funny right now," you know. So when I met him, he was like, "Yo, I've heard great things," you know. And he gave me a lot of knowledge about so much stuff. He just was giving me a whole list of life stuff to use, you know. And like the first time I met him, I'm like, damn, giving me gems like off rip. And it was just like, yo, it happened organically though. The next day we ended up shooting the whole scene, and he wanted to do an improv. And I was like, yo, I'm down. Like, I don't know what you got up your sleeve, but, you know, it worked out, though. It was very funny.
So what's next, period, man? Like, what you working on? You said you was going to go to L.A.
Yeah. Nah,
Keep
I
changing
ain't
your
gonna lie.
mind.
Pharrell might have just twisted my whole
No,
mind
bro.
about
I'm
all
just
that.
saying, go there, get to work. But like, I'm saying,
Yeah,
Don't leave the source.
stay rooted in Atlanta though.
I agree.
I agree.
You know, get out there. You know,
And you said some facts
hotel.
behind what you said, too, so I 100% agree with what you're saying. Just because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, why would I, you know, leave from where this is where I come from, and this is what brings me down to earth and where I get my material the most.
And
Yeah.
what made you, yeah.
So, yeah, nah. What was the question that you asked before that?
I was like, what's next for you? Like, what you looking forward to doing? What's next? What you got coming up?
Right now, really zeroed and focused in on stand up, just to bring that
Word.
live appearance to life. You know, I'm going on a big tour. I can't really announce yet because I haven't told nobody, but I'm going on a big tour in a month and a half for a pretty big artist. So I'm gonna be hosting that tour. So you know that'll be a
Sick.
big look.
Huge.
Working on trying to do my own indie movie.
Sick.
That'll be like funded by me, like my company, just so I could just have that on my record and resumes. So, you know, to show I could do it first before I do something big with anybody else. But I definitely want to be featured in a film at least, or just have a role in like a TV show, you know, by 2022. But I think my main goal is to try to hopefully get my own show off the ground and like have this indie movie done, you know, so I could just show the world what I'm capable of, you know?
Sounds
Well, if
good,
you'd
man.
like sketch comedy, it seems like, why don't you start putting together like characters and stuff and audition for
Yeah,
SNL?
I was actually about to start bringing that to YouTube, like a longer form of that to my YouTube, just to get a real like Chappelle show feel to it, you know? Because his would be like, it wasn't like minute like how we have now, like, or like quick TikToks, you know, like a quick Instagram video. His was like a real like 4, 5, 7 minute, you know, full out in a studio or wherever, you know. I think I definitely want to bring that to YouTube soon, just to show off like different characters that I have that I really want to get in depth with, but I can't on like these quick social sites where people are just like scrolling.
Yeah.
That's all it is, just a little bit of scrolling, you know.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Nobody has an attention span no more, man. That's
Oh, no.
gone out the window, finito.
Instant.
Every song now, you see singles drop, it'd be like 2 minutes or
Yep.
a minute, 48 seconds or something.
It's a different time,
Yeah.
different species.
Yep. So let me ask y'all some questions, man.
Oh, definitely.
How did this show come about? What happened? How did this happen?
Scott?
Pharrell hit me up one day and he was like, I can't tell you what we're doing, but I want you to be a part of it. And this is before Apple launched Beats, the radio station. And he was like, do you want to be a part of it or not? I was like, sure. He didn't tell me anything. And then when he told me we were going to do like a radio show, I just assumed that I was just going to play the music, like play, pick songs to play. But he's like, no, I want you on to talk. So I had never done that before. So we just started doing it. And then in this new iteration, we added Fam to the show.
Yeah.
As you can see why, he's a pretty funny guy.
Yeah.
And Pharrell grew up with him, has known him forever. And then we all kind of came together that way. And then
It's a great mixture.
we were only supposed to do like 10 shows in the beginning. And then all of a sudden we had like 50 or 60 shows of people because we just enjoyed it. And we were interviewing artists and we find like, we get, meeting people like you or Desu Samaro before they were big. And all of a sudden, we get to bring to the people that know us through the platform that Apple gives us, introduce like really cool people like yourself.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I appreciate that, man.
OTHERtone, man.
That's fine. We don't need more of an explanation than that. I thought they had to say something too, but they're like, yo, you know that?
Yeah, man. That's it.
Nah, you pretty much wrapped that up pretty damn well. I'm not
He
gonna
wrapped
lie.
it all the way up.
You read books?
Do I read books?
Of course you do. You got a bookshelf behind you. Looks pretty untouched to me though.
Yeah, those are the untouched books.
See the props.
They're mostly poker books. They're mostly poker books.
Y'all play blackjack?
I don't play no cards, bro. I learned how to play tonk one time, and spades, and I can't, and I don't remember it right now.
Spades is fine.
Spades is fun.
So you're not a big gambler?
No, sir. Listen, because there's a 50% chance that I could lose my money, I'm not interested in winning 1,000%.
I know so many different celebrities that love to like gamble, and it throws me off because I'm like, yo, it's a bad addiction, man.
Yeah, it's just like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna test my luck at losing my money.
I'm losing.
Mm-hmm.
What I could win, no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I'm a sore loser.
I'm different though, bro. I'm not into roller coasters neither.
I rock
Oh,
with it.
okay. You definitely not skydiving. You definitely not.
Oh, hell.
Oh hell no! Skydiving, bungee jumping, never.
Bungee jumping,
never. Never worry.
You don't do that? You into that?
No, never. I'm the same as him. I'm not into like risking my life, but I do like roller coasters
sir.
though.
I like roller coasters.
I ain't going to no fair.
Oh,
tell
no,
you
I
that.
ain't getting on no. They came in a
A
truck.
fair is some bullshit. Now
Yeah. Them
they
one-
got
shit
the
that
same dudes y'all
unfold.
see serving the food
Yes.
is the same dudes that set them rides up.
Exactly. I ain't doing that.
So
I ain't getting on no
you
shit that
try
pull
your luck
off
there if you
in
want.
2 weeks. I need some that's built there forever.
See, when I go to the fair, I'm talking about elephant ears, candy apples.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Listen, that's a thrill.
No, but them y'all
That
just
for
seen
me-
the video. They was it
Yeah,
was a
you
ride
saw that
they-
shit? People had to hold on
with.
to it. Oh my God.
So you know what I would have been doing in that video?
What?
They would have cut to me. I would have been eating my candy apple going, well, when that shit go off the rails.
No, bro.
well.
Listen. Did you see that though? Like it was spinning 100 miles an hour. Woo, woo. People running over there trying to hold it down. Like,
Trying to hold it together.
imagine how them people was on that joint.
Nah, this is why you don't do
But
it.
yo, listen, it's going like this. Cause look, shoot, it's going like this in the road, fast as hell.
Yeah.
And nuts and bolts falling off the shit while they
Seriously.
No, for real. It's falling
Seriously.
apart.
No. This is how the video looked for real.
You cut to me while that's going on, and like screws is flying out. You cut to me. I'm sorry. Can I have one order of elephant ears? And
You wouldn't have ran over there and hold the joint.
I am in line for the
Bro,
powder.
hold on. You wouldn't have ran over there with everybody else to hold it.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I have
Oh,
one
he's
Snickers?
terrible, man. It was kids up there, man.
Can I have one
He
ice
would've
cream
ran
and mix
over
it
there.
with the Snickers, please?
He would have ran over there. There's no
Hey,
way.
have you ever tried mixing this together? You can make yourself a shake.
Can I get a little bit more powdered sugar on that?
Y'all terrible. Hey, Drew, you wouldn't have ran over there,
Golly.
man.
No, I used to ride the fair rides. I used to ride them back in the day. And now that I'm older and wiser, I know that stuff is so
Yeah,
unsafe.
man, nobody doing this. Man, when I was young, I used to You know, you drive the Ferrari fast, and
Yeah.
remember when we used to get on the highway and do like, you know, a ball 20,
I never liked
ball
that.
30.
See, hold on, that's
Man,
different.
I'm not doing that.
That's the dumbest ever because you riding 120 in your Ferrari. You depending on too many other people doing the right. If you on the street doing 120 on the highway, that means you depending on all these other people to not get over early. And
Exactly.
blink and all.
Hey
No,
man,
that's dumb.
when we go to Disney World, they get off the rides, everybody hair standing straight up like they just blow dried it, right? And the older people eyes wide as like they fainting.
It's a thrill, man.
And I am there eating some sort of shake with amazing toppings.
Yeah.
How was it? Yeah, it was.
Oh, so listen, you don't go kart or nothing when you go to bumper
I
cars?
love go karting. Now that's something
That's
I
dangerous.
love. That's not dangerous.
Shit is
Go
dangerous.
karting?
Not dangerous.
No.
What has
That's
ever
dangerous.
been bad happen from go karting though?
Man,
Yeah,
I
this
see
is what I'm
motherfuckers
saying,
Fly
bruh.
off the track, man. Anything can happen. Somebody can
Yeah,
run
that's a
into you.
suspect
Man,
track.
making
I'm
up-
talking about
nah,
like
he just trying to-
the
Yeah,
good
man,
ones.
I see what you doing.
I ain't never heard of that.
You
shit.
just saying
But
any
listen,
of
when
those.
have you heard a roller coaster fly off the track or flew off the track?
Y'all just talk about one.
No, that was a truck, a semi truck that turns into a ride. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about Disney World, a structure that take months to build. That's safe. That's never happened.
By the way,
you never
Nah,
seen
that's
by the
safe.
way,
No, no, no,
there's
no. Those
videos
rides are
online.
safe.
There's videos online of like some of them.
Well, yeah, I
don't
heard
know-
about a
listen,
dude's legs
no
coming
disrespect
off.
to Six Flags and Kings Dominion and Busch Gardens and
No,
Disney World.
man.
I'm naming all of them just in case all of y'all had them. Listen,
I'ma tell
it
you what you
does
saw.
happen.
Every time you see that on the news where like a car flies off, it be some little ass town in like some country that we never heard of. Like you never heard no car flying off on Disney, dog. Or Kings Dominion, Six Flags, none. That don't happen. The worst thing that may happen, they make it stuck, and that's because like a sensor or something get on the track and it
Hey,
stop.
that's enough. How about this? How about this? You're on a roller coaster ride. You're skyscraper level up in the air. Okay,
you on a
damn
structure
near the
that's on the
air. The
ground.
air is thin up there. Birds don't even fly up there. That shit gets stuck.
No.
What are
man.
you doing?
You gonna wait until it roll
I'm not
again.
doing that. I'm not doing that.
Bro,
Yeah, no,
that's
I don't
safe.
like none of the ones that do the high up and then the quick drop. Oh no, I ain't boy. You couldn't pay me.
Thrill.
You
Meanwhile,
couldn't pay me,
he
brother.
would be on the plane, turbulence, rocking like a rock band. He just sitting there, just normal. Meanwhile, I'm scared to death. This is a plane. It ain't no ride that go high as a plane.
You are correct. However, turbulence has never killed you. That's number one. Number two, I do not like helicopters. Being in a helicopter is like being in a shopping cart all the way up in the air. I'm not with that at all.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not into helicopters. I'm not into those at all. If
I'm
I
talking-
can't get there, if I got to get there by that, forget it. I don't need to go. I don't like propeller planes. I'm not with it. I don't need to go.
My first time getting on a jet
I saw you post that.
with some
was a
friends
kite.
was
That shit, I would have had that right there.
we was on a
That's what
missile.
I'm talking about. Y'all was,
We took a missile.
y'all was on a goddamn
We literally took
Volkswagen with
a
wings.
propeller plane missile, and it was from, man. Listen, I would never.
I saw you.
And I watched
and
my
listen,
pilot. I
Volkswagen
sat
with
next to the
wings.
pilot.
That's
The nigga
no
ate a
way.
Lunchables
No way.
while driving it.
You'd have had to give me like.
He didn't have none of the coordinates on a screen or no thermometer, no
What
nothing.
made you get up
He
there,
was
man?
reading it off a piece of paper.
Oh hell, where y'all going? What made
So
you
he
get
has
up
to
there?
line up the coordinates that he's reading off this paper with the like. So he's just trying. Man, listen.
No
Man,
sir.
I'm not with none of that King Kong shit, bro.
That's
None
King
of
Kong.
it.
No.
None of that.
That's the
None
King
of
Kong- the King Kong
Yeah. No, sir.
What you say?
I don't need to go.
The first thing the pilot told me before we got on, he said, "Brother, I need you to sit up in the front for weight. We trying to measure the weight out because the bags is in the back." I said, "Oh," I said, "What the hell? If I can't sit in the back of this plane, I can't sit in the front of it."
Send me a postcard. I don't care how blue the water is. I don't care if it's got healing properties. Send me a postcard. I'm not going.
They told me to take an Uber if I wasn't gonna get on the plane. I said, "Hell no, I ain't paying that much."
Oh my goodness. He said weight distribution, at which point I would have said, sir, I'm gonna make it fly so evenly for y'all. I ain't going.
I ain't going.
I ain't going.
He had no co-pilot.
God blessed you. You made it.
God is good
God is the greatest. Yes, sir.
all the time. Big love, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all seriously.
Good luck.
Thank
We
you.
watching you, man. Hopefully, that
Thank you, man.
come together soon.
Thank you.
And
Water and what potion did you say?
man, do not listen to that, man.
I need to look like
the
Pharrell at
potion.
whatever
Yeah, the
age he at, because nobody in the world know his age for real. Google got it wrong.
No, I'm 48.
He said Google got it wrong.
Yeah.
All right, he said exfoliate.
You look
exfoliate.
20.
No, I don't,
Man,
man.
look 17, man.
Nah, man, stop playing.
Telling you,
Listen,
man.
water, exfoliation, and also, man, just hang on to them Atlanta roots, bro.
You don't know how much you just inspired me to stay back at the crib, man. Not at the crib, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just continue to commute. Just keep going
Stay
back
in
and
that
forth.
culture.
Yeah, man, that's where it's at. Atlanta is it, bro. That's where it's at.
Now, if I get robbed, I'm calling you. I'm going to say, you told me not to leave. You told me not to. Nah, it's all love, though, y'all. Thank y'all, man.
Nah, thank you for your time, man, and your space, my
Appreciate
guy.
All
y'all.
right, homie.
Be blessed.
Definitely.
Peace.